Okay, and I think we should be just about good. Hello all newcomers and welcome back my fellow Eternians. As always, it's me, Emperor AP, and I am excited to be hanging out with everybody this afternoon. We are going to be talking quite a lot about what the Empire of Aeternia is doing, especially now that the summer has hit. So there's some big summer plan talks coming up ahead, and in the next few live streams. Empire of White wins first. Hey, what's going on, White Win? Drew Andy K said, "Hey AP, how you doing, Drew? Drew, I'm excited for your video. I'm looking forward to it, and I can't wait for progress on that." Talking about progress, one of the big things I've been up to, we have website updates. FLD said, "Oh, I thought I said vaccination." Ooh, it should. It should say vaccination. Did I misspell vaccination? Drew said, "Sorry, but you're second." Got him. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I'm trying to figure out what the name of my live stream is now. Oh, goodness. Let me go on my website, I guess. Yay! Give me 1 second, guys. But yeah, so one of the big things I want to talk about, we have some website updates that I want to get you guys on. But right now, I want to figure out what actually is happening to the live stream. Make sure I don't have a goofy name on this thing. Vaccination.
Yeah.
Yep. Did I spell it right? Did I spell that right? I don't know if I spelled vaccination. I hope I did. But yes. Tiffany and I officially have gotten the second round of our vaccine, so within the next few days, I guess the next 2 weeks after we get it, we will be hopefully COVID-free, COVID-safe, guarding those variants. Y'all watch out for those variants. But yeah, we have officially taken the first steps to proactively making ourselves more safe against the coronavirus, and we hope that you all will too, and that can become something that we can eventually strive for with all of Eternia, to have everybody vaccinated and everybody protected that can be. So Jaya Manu said, "Just saw the website." Hey, I'm fantastic. I am so glad to hear about that. We actually have, some new updates. So one of the first things that I want to talk about, I just kind of started messing around with a few things. We're about to have some updates on the Aristocrat board. Gray actually just bought some Imperial notes, so now Gray, I can actually update that live on the stream to make that official. Gray now is in 7th place, I believe, or 7th or 6th place. Gray is in 6th place, Mason Kodad is in 7th.
The thrill of the chase, researching, scrolling the reviews, or wandering aisles. With thousands of amazing products at Best Buy, you can chase that thrill for a long time. Or, with our help, skip to the really fun part.
Sorry about that ad, guys. Yeah, Gray officially is 6th on the Imperial market, on the Aristocrat board for Imperial notes. So Gray, 7th wealthiest person, 6th wealthiest person in all of Eternia, in our entire economy, in foreign nations as well who own Imperial notes. 6th wealthiest person. That's pretty cool to think about with 21 notes. And it also shows how niche and how supportive our community is. You know what I mean? 21 notes being 1-to-1 with the US dollar isn't. So now we're actually going to do this, where we change that to 21, change that to 10 notes, and then we're going to backspace over to here, make sure that that's as lined up as we can get it, change that to Mason Kodad, and change this to Gray. Mayor, fantastic. So congratulations to Gray for being the number 6 on our Aristocrat board. I am really, really hype about that, especially Gray being the Master of the House of Others. That's something that is really, really cool to see in support not only of our citizens and of other countries showing us some love, but also to have our own government officials as well, showing their support for that and their belief in that means a lot. So our economy is growing, it's doing well, and that is proven by what you see here on this website. Let me go ahead and refresh to make that official. Da-da-da! And yep, there it is. Greymere is 6th. As well, right now we have... What's up, Keith? Tiffany's hanging out in the background. If you guys can see her, let me see. I should have had that plan. There we go. Okay. Fantastic. So Jaya, I'm glad you saw the website. I hope you are enjoying it so far. I hope it is something that you like, because we're doing a lot more stuff with it. One of the things I actually wanted to talk about as well is a continuation of our land purchase funding. So I need to go back and I believe update it again, because we've had new purchases since I updated this last night. But as of right now, our official standing for our land purchase funding is $567.99 out of $10,000, and so that's in US dollars. So that's something that is really, really exciting for us, and is something that we are actively moving toward, and it's coming pretty quickly. You know, right now, it feels like this may not be a lot for the large goal we're going at. But if you think about it, $1,000 would be 10% of that goal. We are at nearly 6% of our goal, which is pretty great. You know what I mean? I think by the end of the summer, we could potentially hit $1,000. And if that's the case, that would be incredible. That would mean we are a 10th of the way toward our goal. That would mean in the next year or two, we'd probably be starting to put down money for land, starting to make payments on that land, and starting to be able to grow in all the facets that we want to. This is exciting, and I have to say thank you all for helping us to move toward this dream. Thank you all for believing in what Aeternia can be, and for actually making that a part of your lives, and for really wanting to have something that you can make your own, and that you can develop as a part of your own identity and your own culture, and make into a larger part of what we as Aeternians are. So thank you for believing in that, and thank you for coming with me on this. This is very cool. So we're marching toward land. We're going to get that very, very soon. I went down to our southern territory. As you guys saw, I actually did some filming with some of our local flora and fauna. Primarily, I showed you guys some sand crabs that the Cajun French call, I believe it's Toulouse, something very, very close to that. But that's something that I have always loved playing around with and catching. When Tiffany and I go down, we walk up and down and try and catch as many of those little guys as possible, and just kind of check them out and look at them. They are really, really fast. They dig little holes in the sand, and so they are a pretty unique feature of our southern ecology, and I really appreciate you guys for just taking the time to get to learn about them. They're really cool. Some people hit us up on Discord talking about them, and that was really cool to see that you guys vibed with that. So if you guys want more content that's talking about the different ecology, the different things that make Aeternia, outside of just our culture, outside of just you know, what we're doing on the day-to-day. If you really want to get a feel for Aeternia in a larger sense, that's kind of the way to do it. And we can definitely make more of that for you guys. So yeah. Ooh, let's read a whole bunch of stuff here. Fantastic. Empire of Whitewind says, I was just trying to fix my AirPod. I'm glad to hear that. Also, Whitewind, thank you so much for hitting us up about Alliance stuff. We did get Whitewind's Alliance thing to update you guys on that. And we want to see more. I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to being able to work with Whitewind. If you guys don't know, Whitewind has already adopted the Aeternian Empire's currency, the Imperial Note. And that's really, really cool for us. So it's something that, as we move forward, and as we continue to, as we continue to grow, we want to grow closer and closer relations to those nations that are working with us like this. So absolutely, I want to see some deal structured out between the Empire of Aeternia and the Empire of Whitewind. I am looking forward to that. So we're in the talks of that right now. Drew said, hey, AP, I have some exciting news after the stream. Just DM me. Fantastic. I am glad to hear, and I can't wait for that. I know for a lot of the things we've been trying to do recently, we've been trying to gear up for summer because everybody gets a lot more free during the summer. So we are actively trying to push toward that. As well, we are updated. We aren't at 12,002 subscribers. If you guys see that up there on our subscriber goal, I need to modify that because we are at 1255, I believe. Help us get to 2,000 now. 2,000 subscribers. And then the goal amount is 2,000. The starting amount, 1255. And I am so freaked out by that, you guys. You don't even know. The thing that excites me about this is seeing our metrics for what the rest of 2021 is going to look like, what the rest of the year is going to look like, and then into the next few years. It feels like everything's going to move with larger and larger effect, with larger and larger amounts of work being able to be done each year and having more and more people join on board. So this is the thing that I've been excited to show you guys. This is the part where we're really able to kind of reach the stage 2 of talking about micronationalism and being able to share with you guys kind of what the ability to go from just wanting to start a nation, having an individual idea, starting to build on that, actually into, you know, how do you start to act on that? How do you start to build on that? How do you start to grow on that with some legitimate foundation to that, with some proof behind that, with some experience under our belt? So we're just starting to move into higher stages, which means that we can actually have an intelligent conversation on how to go about that. So thank you all for making that possible for us and for helping us forward in that. And I hope we can create content that pays you all back with the knowledge of how we got there and what we're doing, just analyzing what all this is. I think it'll be really important, and I hope it helps you all reach your goals. FLD says, I'm currently on a treadmill. Very cool, Nathan. I'm hyped to hear about it. Whitewind says, AP, I did see your response to the email, and I do understand everything on that, but also I had some ideas that could be legal. Hey, I'm excited to hear about it. I can't wait. Nathan said, Gray is epic and a good boss to me, LMAO, for the House of Others. Fantastic. Okay. And yeah, Gray, I'm glad Gray's being a good boss. That's really hype. One of the things that I do want to talk about, there's probably going to be some updated like things for how we operate as a unit as well as the government. So that's something that I'm really excited to share with everybody, because one of the biggest things that, you know, I want to start to share in these video series we do about moving forward is that it's sometimes hard to figure out what you need until you hit that point. You know, working to make adjustments to who you are and what you're doing as you go along is really important to being able to grow. So that's some stuff I want to talk about soon. But real quick, Jayamanu says the logo of one of the houses is an inverted Aeternian symbol with eyes. That is correct. I'm glad you noticed that. That is the House of Others, yes. So the Aeternian symbol is an arrow going through an axe head. So it's a ring and an arrow going through it. However, our national animal, our national symbol, has been the owl for the longest time and still is. So if you invert the symbol, you can actually put eyes on it, and it's an owl. It makes an owl. So I am so glad that you caught that, Jayamanu. That's actually really, really cool. And I can't wait for that. Let me see. going for other things. One of the big things that I want to do, talking about the House of Other symbol, I really want to have a similar symbol for the House of Treasure, and I can't wait for us to be able to get onto that. As well, thank you guys so much for hitting up the stream. If you can, like the stream. It helps a lot with us getting our numbers up there. The last few streams have hit like 100 views, and in a day or two. Our subscriber numbers keep going up. So the more you guys hit up the likes, the more you guys share the video content, the more you guys talk about it, the more you guys comment even, the more it like blows up these streams and gets like a hype train going, which means we have cooler people in the chat and cooler people in the Discord, whole bunch of stuff. But thank you guys for that. White Wind says, AP, that is an amazing goal for Aeternia. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I'm excited to be moving forward with that. And I hope it helps. I really do. Crypto Limbo says, hello from the Melungeon Nation. Hello, Melungeon Nation. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, Jaya, that's cool that you noticed that. Most people don't actually like notice that. So we got to figure something out. That's really cool. Jaya, I would love, are you on our Discord? I would like to see you more on our Discord. I'm excited to talk to you. Good to know you. Jaya said 5.68%. You are correct. Epic Filmmaker says, hello. What state is the Aeternian territory in, by the way? The Aeternian territory is in Alabama. And that's something, actually we have our P.O. box now. That's the other thing that I wanted to talk about on our website. So if you scroll all the way down to our contact information, we used to just have our YouTube channel and our Gmail, which honestly are two of some of the best ways to contact us. We also have our Discord, we have our Twitter, our Instagram, but ooh, nope, I'm not doing that. Yeah, go ahead, I guess. So yeah, one of the things, there's a place that Tiffany and I love to go to whenever we're down in our Southern Territory, and I brought some chocolate back from up there, so she's really excited about that, and she was asking me if she could finish off that piece because we were trying to share. I love that shit. It's so good. So we have that, and then now we have our P.O. box. So we have our P.O. box information on there now. That's something that allows you guys to be able to send us things and allow us to be able to correspond more directly with nations. So when we're talking about, for example, connecting with the Empire of Whitewind, when we talk about, having these alliances, for a long time, the amount of things that we could do to create a stable, successful alliance is difficult, because one of our biggest goals as a nation is to always be doing things that are effectively growing our nation. So in doing that, we have to try and figure out, well, how do we, what avenues do we have that we can make something mutually beneficial for ourselves and another nation? And for a long time, and it still stands to this day, one of the best ways to do that for us is through content creation. If you guys want to make content for us, if we could find out like a regular schedule and hash that out with the nation to make content for us, that would be really, really cool. And I think that could be grounds for an alliance. But if that's not the case, if you want something else, it was very limited in the past how we could do that. But now that we have this P.O. box, that's a lot easier, because we can just say, hey, if you want to send something that's of a certain size and meets the USPS requirements for shipping, you can ship us items that you couldn't have before, which will allow us to be able to trade more directly with nations and to have more of a direct correspondence with them as well. So it just is another thing that helps to officiate us in our own eyes, in the eyes of other micronations, in the eyes of macronations as well, because it makes us a more official presence. It allows us to establish more business ties with the United States and things. So, and just overall to make people feel like we have a more grounded base, that there is somewhere. Aeternia for a long time has just been this concept, this thing that I've been running and that we've had, collectively together online, but hasn't had a great physical presence in the world. So now that's something that's a bit different, and especially with the Etsy making that possible, with all of us pulling together and you all being interested in the goods that we provide, that's something that's really helped us a ton. So now that we have that PO box, that's the first step in the door to us, furthering our business license, furthering all of the prestige system that we want to move forward with you all, continuing to grow the Imperial market, and above all else, getting land. That is the start to the avalanche, as I would say, and I am grateful that we are at this point, and now this is the point where we can start accelerating a lot quicker. Let me go ahead and fix this window capture real quick. There we go. Okay, so it's just being weird for a second. Let me jump on something else, and then okay, I will continue to read our comments. Epic Filmmaker FLD said, "I'm Steve Irwin." Yeah, Nathan, I believe in you. Nathan's been hitting up on that comment for a good minute. He said that in another video. He posted that in the comments, being Steve Irwin. I'm not sure if that's like a new meme or that this is something I'm unfamiliar with, but he's on it. If it is, you guys gotta tell me, because he's killed me. Very nice. Pfizer. Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
Yeah. That's
Why
awesome.
put another P in front of it? It's weird.
It's probably someone's last name. Melungeon said, currently Melungeon bucks at $12 American, best Micronation currency to date. Hey, congratulations. I'm glad to hear about that. Although the valuation for Micronation's currency can be, their own choice. So that necessarily isn't the best way to gauge successfulness of a nation's currency. But yes, I do agree. That's very cool. Sanctimonious says, greetings. Sanctimonious says, many terrible things have occurred. Many servers got nuked. I'm sorry to hear about that. Sanctimonious said, tyrants keep enslaving innocents. Goodness. Epic Filmmaker says, Sanctimonia, do you need my troops to intervene? Oh, goodness. Everybody's really getting into this. White Wind says, more info on the legal trading things. I'd send some pictures of the swords and stuff, and you send USD as I would buy Aeternian notes, which you'd get the USD back as I'd also get notes. I'd send pictures of the swords and stuff, and you send USD as I would buy Aeternian notes, and you would get the USD back as I'd also get notes. Yeah, that sounds good to me. If we were able to do something like that, that would be very cool. I need to look into it a little bit more, but yes, I'm sure that's something that could definitely be possible. We just have to make sure to take taxes out properly on both ends. Brandy Lynn Bordeaux says, how big is your country? That's a great question, Brandy. We have two territories, another northern territory and a southern territory. Both of them are quite small. Both of them are actually apartment buildings, so apartment units. So they're pretty small within the square footage, less than an acre of land combined. So a half to a quarter of an acre maybe. Very small within the square footage. So that's what we're working with right now, but that's part of the reason why we want to get land so badly, is because both of those spaces are spaces that are being rented right now, that we are contractually have our name on, and is something that we can operate out of, but is not something that we have the official final deed of, and that's something that makes a difference. That's something that helps to legitimize claims. So that's what we're moving toward right now, is trying to make sure that we can get that as quick as possible, so that we can expand, so that we can do more on our own property, so that we can build things, so that we can start inviting people more directly, so that we can have employees work out of there, and have just an overall larger base of operations, an easier way to make and send things. Let me skip this, and then I'll get us back to the music. Let's hear this. Okay, so real quick, Melungeon said, I'd like to establish trade with other micronations. I have lumber for sale. I'm accepting Dogecoin or Melungeon bucks. Interesting. Very cool. Also, that's interesting because Dogecoin has a reasonable valuation right now, so it's pretty cool. Like, it's within cents, I think, still, but now it's finally gotten up to cents. It's not, thousands of dollars for a single coin, so that is pretty cool that you would use that. I think it's appropriate for the type of thing you're trading. Whitewind says, Sweet Home Alabama. You know it, Whitewind. Jai Manu said, oh goodness, I remember the pain that was trying to draw the Eternian symbol multiple times. I like to draw flags. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Jaya. I will say, if it helps, I draw a simplified version. So the final version is kind of complex, but the ultimate idea... Yeah, Tiffany's got it. Tiffany draws it. Just the thing and then a circle around it is the simplest way to do it.
Or just what kind of like other artists do as well, because circles are hard anyway. Most people have like legit circles that they can like copy. I just find stuff that's like a big enough circle. So sometimes I'll grab like the white container and it's a circle. Yeah. I'll take that and just whip. Yeah. And then find something that's a little bit smaller. You sit it there, you get real good circles.
Oh yeah.
And then the rest of it is just your straight lines.
Mm-hmm.
And you can use any paper to help you do straight lines.
Oh yeah. No, I appreciate it for sure. Melungeon says Melungeon nations cannot trade money due to needed and expensive license. Unfortunately, it really helps if you adopt another nation's economy to make it easy, free trade. Yeah. Reptile Keeper says, my flag is easy to make. The Green Gringle says, Dear Emperor, what would you say you were the most important traits you look for when aligning with another nation? The ability to consistently provide a high-value product. And in particular, a high-value product is different between nations because we all have different needs. We all have different, resources. So for the Empire of Aeternia, the big thing that we need is more consistent content and more high quality content. So that's, like I said, one of the biggest things. If a nation were able to provide some good content to us, and even just consistent content, like, hey, we'd be happy to make like 1 video a week, or 2 videos a week or something for this alliance. That would be fantastic to me. And it would give a free advertisement for that nation. Just somebody who's wanting to keep a consistent economic benefit between those two alliances. And the great thing about an alliance is something that I think a lot of the time people use as like a check-off box for getting closer to another nation. Okay, so you start diplomatic relations. Okay, then you start alliance. Okay, then and then that's kind of where things start to like lean off. Then you start, maybe doing joint projects together or something, but you don't necessarily have to do that way. And I think it's not even necessarily the most efficient way. A lot of micronations treat the word alliance as just a familiarness, a friendship with another nation, but I think an alliance really should have some benefit to it. And so once you reach that point of mutual benefit, where you're both trading something that has value, where you both are mutually grown from the interaction in the alliance, then you can add on other things. So if we started with content and that worked out well, then you could say, and we're doing content now and this other thing, and we're doing content and this other thing and this other thing. And it would just become a larger, more expansive, more beneficial alliance to those parties involved. But, that's what I would say is consistency. Consistency and a desire to grow their nation. So that's important, right? Is just like if you were to start a small business with someone. If you were to start a small business with someone, you would want to make sure that that person is just as invested and just as interested in a similar growth plan as you. If you're working on an assignment with people in a school project, you want to make sure that the people that you choose, if you can choose your partners, are people who are going to put in as much time and effort into the project as you are. Because those people may be friendly, those people may be cool, but if they don't do a fair share of the work, that just hurts the final product. That hurts your final grade. That hurts how much money your business can make long term. And in terms of alliances, that hurts how much each nation can grow from that alliance. So you have to make sure that an alliance is a good match by how much each party is willing to and cares to participate, and what they both want out of it. If you're a small nation and you're saying, I can't really supply anything, I can't supply content, I can't supply anything, but you are trying to ally with a nation who has like a whole bunch of stuff and is trying to like make thousands of dollars in deals and stuff, it may not be the same. That's not what we're looking for. We are just looking for content. We're looking for small ways to grow, and we want to connect with smaller micronations. But what I'm saying is, when you, from either the bigger standpoint or the lower standpoint, are looking to ally with people, make sure that you find people who are trying to do similar things, have similar goals to you. It's the best way to do it, in my mind. Let me go continue to read some comments here. And I can hit up our full screen there while I do so. Okay. Ooh, whole bunch of stuff. Also, thank you guys for watching so much. 7 views for 29 minutes. That's going to be fantastic. And as well, if we can keep those numbers up, if we can get those numbers bigger and bigger, it helps more and more. Reptile Keeper says, wow, there's a storm outside. I'll be right back. Be careful, Reptile Keepers. We are also in a little bit of cloudy weather up here. Back in the Northern Territory. Melengen says, with Melengen bucks are backed by 20 Dogecoin, the current value of Dogecoin is 60 cents. So that's very cool. Good Kid said, hey, Good Kid, how you doing? Good Kid said, our micronation is the best. I'm glad to hear about that, Good Kid. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, I would recommend you do. I haven't seen you in the chat very much. And if you want to hang out with your glorious micronation and share it with the rest of us, you can on our Discord. So we would love to see you there and love to see the progress you've been making. Whiteman says, Good Kid, that can be debated, as INAP think the micronations are all the same unless they're communist. Got him. Sub said, Je ne parle pas anglais, seulement français, je m'excuse si vous ne comprenez pas. So first off, I'm sure I butchered the both pronunciation and the vocalization of that. But they're speaking French. Sub joined and said they may not speak English, but they hope that I understand. I believe is something like that. I hope you're doing well, Sub. If you can hear English or you can translate, I'm glad to have you as a part of our community. I would like to be able to reach out more to micronations in other countries and other parts of the world to do similar things, to work in alliance, because especially if we could get content that is in other languages that can be broadcast to other communities around the world, that helps to teach other people around the world about micronations, to join a part of this amazing community, and also to be able to have Aeternia have a connection to those communities. So it means a lot to us. Good Kid said, communism works. What are you talking about? Melengen said there's currently 2,000 Melengen bucks in circulation. Good Kid said Marx was right. These are interesting things. Empire of Aeternia said, Good Kid, it depends if you're a good dictator or not. Jose Manuel YA retracted their message. Good Kid says, yeah, but it works. Test says commie. Empire of Aeternia says not always. Ooh, hold up.
Going to change everything.
I'm gonna hit that skip button regardless of what he says to me. I don't trust him. Let me, there we go. Gosh golly. There we go. Alright, so real quick, Melengen said, ooh, there's a whole bunch of people jumping in. We have a whole bunch of people jumping in. White Wind says, not spitting any country names out there, cough North Korea. Good Kid said, a whole bunch of stuff. Good Kid says, you are a member of a cult. The Legend Nation says, well guys, let each nation determine its government in its own way. I agree with that. No government is better or worse than another one. It all depends on how that is handled. Good Kid says, North Korea is not communist but totalitarian is a perversion of the idea. Okay. Everybody's talking about specific preferred government types. Empire of White One says not always. Joe Decay says, oh hey guy, let's not discriminate. Agreed. Green Gringle says, I'd be down to take a crack at it. I'll make a literal media empire based on advertising the Empire of Aeternia. I would love that, Green Gringle. As well, if anybody isn't a Micronation, but they just have like a business that they want to like work with the Empire of Aeternia, that's what we want as well. So that's what we want to start to look into as well, is partnering businesses that can join us and help us to grow. So if you want to be a part of the Empire of Aeternia, you want to run a business, or if you want to be a nation who allies with us and starts to work on some different projects, please do. We are loving to have that. And I feel like media and content is always like just a nice little sprinkle on top, because it's an easy way for us to make money. It's an easy way for us to get toward our land goals. So when you guys help out and help to make that, that's a huge deal for us. That's a way that you don't have to provide something that we have to sell, you know, that we have to depend on like inventory and stock. It's a way that you can give to us and be certain that that's of value. Drew says, even if a certain type, there's always a successor in way. Tess says, is communism working in Venezuela? Okay, they're all arguing about communism. Frog Sothoth said burger. What's going on, Frog Sothoth? How are you? It's good to see you. How is your goblin religion working out? Have people accepted it? Have people come to love the goblins? Journey K says, hello, Frogs and Soth. White One says, USSR, Mongolia, North Korea, Vietnam, Venezuela, Cuba, Honduras, Argentina. Drew says, welcome to Aeternia. Yeah, absolutely. Welcome to Aeternia, everybody. For all of you who are new, good kid, welcome. Frogs and Soth, you've been here before, I think, but still welcome. Everybody welcome. Nathan said, possible Discord voice chat. Actually, I wanted to bring up pretty quickly, somebody's going to be coming. Tiffany has some guests coming over. Not some guests, a guest.
She got lost.
Goodness. One of her best friends is coming over, so they're gonna hang out. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna still be working on Aeternia stuff. Y'all already know.
She's lost, but she's gonna take a lot longer to get here.
Okay, so she's lost. I guess we'll be hanging out for a minute, but yeah, I don't wanna try and start anything too big, because then we're gonna get sidetracked. It's gonna be a whole thing. But yes, I do want to have some conversations. One of the biggest things I want to announce. Hold on. I'm going to announce it right now, and then I'm going to write something up as well, just so that we have it down, and so that when we, start talking to people, this can be something that's directly like quoted from. But I want to make sure that the way that the Empire of Aeternia moves, the way that we start to grow next, is in a direction of organization, as far as making sure that we have specific schedules planned out for stuff, and that we know the directions and the goals that we can achieve in certain periods of time. So one of the biggest things for that is, I feel like we have a calendar. We have a Google Calendar, the Empire of Aeternia does, that we share with the other members of our government to try and make sure everybody's on the same page. But the issue is we haven't been filling up that calendar. We have some stuff that's been in there, but it's been spotty, and part of that's been me and trying to figure out things to add. Part of that's, just us as a group trying to figure out when everybody's free, how things work. But especially with the summer being so free and so open, I feel like this is the best time, if any, to start trying to push through that and to work through the cracks and the issues as we come about them, and just to get something down. So that's what we're going to be doing, is we're going to be starting to put most, if not all, of our stuff that we're going to be doing ahead of time on our calendar. I would ask that if anybody wants to do something official to the Empire of Aeternia, that needs to be something that comes through me, gets approved, and then we put on the calendar for a future date. I think that's been one of the biggest issues that we've had as far as organization, is everybody not being on the same page, and everybody, trying not to step on each other's toes because nobody knows where they're going to need to be in a second or two. So really having a good schedule fixed out that everybody can look at and reference at any time is going to be a big thing that allows us to move a lot more smoothly as a whole unit, as the House of Treasure, the House of Others, and the Empire of Aeternia as a whole. Me trying to direct those houses, that's the next big step, is making sure that we are all on the same page. And that people have a way to get their ideas introduced as well. There are a ton of great ideas that I've heard bounced around, and that we don't just like move on. That just, good ideas. Nathan has had some good ideas recently that we just haven't like jumped on and hit. So I really, really want to be able to start doing that, and I want, as Aeternia gets larger and larger, for it to be easy, that we've already started to work out those cracks, so that people have a pipeline to go through to be able to get their ideas heard, to be able to start doing things, and to start moving on larger projects. We just have to be able to fit it into our already developed schedule, and a schedule that can be planned out for weeks, months, years at a time, and adjusted as need be. So that's the idea. That's what we're trying to go for right now, is going to be making sure that when somebody wants to do something, you can fill out a thing, you can send it in, it'll get approved, then we put it on the calendar for a specific date, and we'll figure out the date, and we'll figure out who needs to be a part of it, and that'll be a part of their task list.
When you move your arm, does it feel like there's a thing in your arm?
No.
It feels not where you got your shot.
No.
The whole thing just feels like this whole portion of my skin just feels heavier, and it's goodness, this is weird. It feels really tense.
Tiff's getting played by this COVID shot. She's feeling a little bit sticky.
It hurts down here, and the shot's up here.
Goodness. Tiff's feeling a little bit sore. Ooh, real quick, let's jump. Let's jump in. We have some more people coming in. Drew Andy K says, even if there's a certain type, there's always a successor in the way. Oh, okay, we're jumping into all that. We talked to Frogs and Sauce. Hey, thank you so much, Tiff. Let me grab this one too, if I can. There we go. Now we got some light. Okay. Melungeon said, I agree, White One. Frosted Sauce said, hello, Drew Andy K. Drew says, you're not finishing it with all due respect. Please drop it. Agreed, everybody stop arguing. This isn't the place. Frosted Sauce says, what do you all think of theocracies? Interesting concept. Drew Andy K says, Frosted Sauce, they're interesting to say the least. Jaya Manu says, isn't Parkastopia isn't Parcast Micronation communist? Parkastopia, yep, Parkastopia sure is communist, and that's a cool thing, you know what I mean? We don't judge on what type of micronation you are, or what your values or beliefs are, what the way you see success is. So yeah, yes, they are, and we have had an alliance with a communist micronation. That's not a problem for us. We would have an alliance with another communist nation as well if that were to come up, and to be continuing one with Parkastopia when we can get back in touch. So yeah, that's not a problem at all. They are. Frog Sauce says, everyone loves orangutan god. Agreed. Millenniation says, well, there's the beauty of creating your micronation. You can develop your own government. Exactly. Frog Sauce says, and goblin angels. The Green Gringle says, there's a goblin religion. Why haven't I heard of this? Well, hit up Frog Sauce about it. Apparently, they're the people for you. Sub says, hi, my English is fine, I hope. Yes, it sounds wonderful. Thank you so much for... thank you so much for joining us. As well, if you would like to ever work with us, please go on our website, if you haven't already seen it, at eternianempire.wixsite.com/imperial market. You can find our contact info here. You can email us, actually, at eternianempire@gmail.com. If you see that right there, let me see. If you see that right there, eternianempire@gmail.com, you should be able to get some, hey buddy, you should be able to get some information to us, and we can talk about creating content. We can talk about developing that.
You want me to drink you up? He's trying to get your attention.
He's a sweet boy, I love him.
Yeah, you're about Billy. Hey, quit messing with my arm.
No, he's a cutie. I never yell at that boy. We have 10 viewers. Thank you guys. Also, if you like, that blows up the video. Right now, having 10 viewers, even if just for a second, that means that we are getting some solid views right now. Our watch time jumps up with every viewer that's on for a second, and it multiplies based on that. Gotcha. Thank you.
Wait, show it off to the camera.
Of course. So that's one of the really beautiful things about these live streams, and why we've been helped so much by it, is that we are actively being able to grow based on how many people are watching this stream at any one time. So if you guys find it interesting, please share it with your friends. Please talk to people about what we're doing here, because we are trying to get that message out that we're doing some interesting things, that we're trying to make some moves, and we are trying to develop a community that excites people about micronationalism, that feels like the forefront of micronationalism. So if you guys want that to be this place, please jump on it, and please let people know. Whitewind says, bonjour, sub. That is all I know in French, as I know German more than French, but I am learning French. Frog Sauce says, the green gringle is more like an orangutan religion with goblin angels. Me and my friends have been spreading it. That's cool. It's a very peaceful religion, mostly because we all think it would be awesome if goblins were angels and God was an orangutan. Again, very interesting concept. Green Gringle says, if I ever make a micronation, I know what religion I want to adopt. Hey, there we go. Green Gringle, you could also just join our micronation, the Empire of Aeternia. If you wanted to create content for us, you could just straight up run a content business if you wanted in the Empire of Aeternia. You can also pay your citizenship dues by creating content, and that allows you to move into government offices. That's what Nathan did. Nathan is a press noble in the House of Others. He has a high-ranking government position now, all because he created a show for us and he just wanted to do that so he could get his citizenship. He got his citizenship and then people started liking his show, so he kept making more of the show. Then eventually it got recognized as a staple of the culture of Aeternia because of how popular it got. So now Nathan is a government official who is a press noble. His whole job is based around how successful he was at creating content for us and developing the culture of Aeternia. He is a cultural icon for us. So that's really, really cool to see happen in our community and develop. And I think you could do that as well if you wanted to. And you could adopt the orangutan goblin religion. I would be very down for that, to see some diversity in our nation like that. Orangutanism. You could absolutely adopt orangutanism and be a citizen of the Empire of Aeternia. And you'd have the backing of the whole empire. You'd get a digital citizenship license. It'd be a whole thing. You'd be able to start to get into the prestige system. Whole thing. Sanctimony says, creating your own religion and micronationalism is an interesting idea. Agreed. Although I think, in my opinion, I don't think people who create a religion should also be the leader of the micronation. I feel unless you're doing a theocracy, I guess, but I feel if the same person who runs your religion runs your country, it feels like there's a dangerous imbalance of power. I feel like you should at least have those be two separate people who are running them. Micronation says, hey, Emperor AP, what is the official... Ooh, yeah, it is. Who was it? White Wind, y'all are giving us the storm. Oh, goodness.
That was from our patio.
Oh, gosh. Do we need to pick stuff up? Do we need to pick stuff up? Goodness. Let me mute this right quick. This is horrible. Alright, give me 1 second, guys. Ooh, gotcha. You see it through. You got it? Good, buddy, good. Alright, they're trying to play more ads on us. Sorry about it, guys. Alright, so we're jumping in. Let's see here. Ooh, a whole bunch of stuff. Drew said, they're small. Hello, sub. Your English is fine, sir or ma'am. Sub says, thanks to you from France. Micronation's like. Frog Sauce said, Gringle is more like an orangutan. Yep, described all that.
It's crazy.
Ooh, are you okay?
I wonder if it's going to be a tornado.
Maybe. Let's hope not. Let's be careful.
Have a good day. Stay safe.
Good.
I just met the dude that's up top that we've never seen.
This guy?
That guy right there, running across from us. Yeah, I met him.
Good.
He has brown hair and he wears glasses.
That's cool.
He looks pretty chill. He definitely seems like an extrovert though.
Right.
For sure.
That's cool.
But I'm gonna leave these in here because these were getting thrown around.
Very nice. An extrovert or an introvert?
He's a pretty chill dude.
Very cool.
I can't believe I met him. I came out there to grab those things, and then when I stood up, he was staring around. I was so crazy. You could be tornado. Yeah. He's like, yeah, maybe. He just like was like, whoa, the sky.
Yeah.
He was really vibing.
That's cool. I'm glad.
Silly.
Oh, it is crazy. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, it's blowing hard. We need to watch our stuff on patio now.
Oh my god,
Cause
yep.
it is blowing that stuff like crazy.
Oh, this is crazy. I wish I could show you guys, but I don't want to dox us. But yeah, yep. Wow, it was crazy. Oh geez, it's like blowing the trees hard.
I think it's gonna turn into a tornado.
Gosh. Let's be careful. Potential
I hope
tornado.
Alexis gets here before
It starts getting crazy outside.
yeah, before it starts getting too bad. I'm probably gonna call her real quick.
Yep,
Her
good.
GPS is messing up, so I want to make sure that she gets here immediately.
I'm gonna close this just a little bit so that in case
It's fun. I just like watching it.
shatter the glass on us. Okay, so we're dealing with interesting stuff. Green Gringle says, oh god, creating your religion, now that sounds like some commitment. Agreed. Sounds like a lot of lore, but I'm down with it. It sounds cool. Let's jump in. Okay, so we have Frog Sasaw going through, talking about orangutanism. Reptile Keeper says, hello, APM Pack. It's good to see you, Reptile Keepers. We're talking about that there's potentially a tornado coming for us. So I'm sorry you have been having bad weather. We're getting your bad weather. We're getting all of it. It's crazy. So if the internet goes out or something, that's what happened, guys. I want to let you know. I'll be back. If it does, I'll like jump on something later on, but for right now, this shit's crazy. It legitimately is. It feels like it's gonna be a tornado over here, or it's gonna hail or something. Like something intense is happening. And Tiffany's friend is like driving over, so this is crazy. Frog Sauce says 8 likes. Let's go. Hey, 8 likes. Thank you guys very much, and 8 viewers. Green Goal says, Dear Emperor, if you right-click the video, you can have the music loop, so you don't need to deal with ads, or at least you shouldn't, to my knowledge. Thank you very much. I've done that before. I just didn't want to get it stuck on the same song for us. But I guess I can just switch it whenever I want to. So yeah, that sounds good to me. Thank you very much, Green Goal. Sub says, don't read if cannot. Don't read it if you can't. Like, don't try and pronounce it. That's fair. But yeah, Sub put some stuff in French. White Wind says, I guess he's saying his Micronation is in France in Charlemagne. But COVID has made it difficult. Thank you for your email, sir. No problem. Thank you very much for reaching out to us as well. I hope your Micronation is dealing well with the COVID crisis. I know it's very difficult for all of us. We finally just got vaccinated, so I hope all of your citizens and you as well are able to get vaccinated if you haven't. Please be safe out there. Please be careful, please be healthy, and we are so proud to have you as a part of our community. I look forward to seeing all of your endeavors. Sub says, apologize if too hard, thank you. Whiteman says, it's okay, Sub. Green Gringle said, also thank you for like trying. You definitely don't have to try as hard as you are to try and reach across a language border, but it's important. Thank you so much for being a friendly hand and extending friendship to us. Green Gringle says, yo, I've already messaged you in Discord about how we talk about that, so how about we talk about that later? I'd be totally down to make content to become a citizen. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much, Green Gringle. That sounds great. Froxasauce says orangutanism is entering other countries. Let's go. Yeah, absolutely. I believe in y'all. Why don't the orangutanism guys join Aeternia? Just join, have the whole religion founded and based in Aeternia. That's cool. Green Gringle, that'd be an interesting like subdivision like culture in Aeternia. That's a unique culture. That's a unique like subgroup, like identifying subgroup in Aeternia. Reptile Keeper said, P, that storm is at your house just hit me like 20 minutes ago. It's moving fast. It's trucking through here like nothing. I don't even disagree with that. That thing just stepped over like multiple states in a flash. This is incredible. Empire of Aeternia says, my GF went on her 6th grade camping trip, and of course I'm 7th, so I can't see her. I'm sorry to hear that, but it sounds like you'll be able to hang out very soon when she gets back, and I'm so excited that you two are doing well. Frogs the Sauce says, awesome. Melungeon said, Emperor AP, what's the official timeline for you acquiring land for your micronation? That's a great question. Like I said, you can track that day by day if you want. It doesn't always move every day, so I wouldn't say literally track it day by day, but you can track it as much as you want here on our website, on our land purchase funding side of the site. So let me see if I can get that pulled up for you guys right here. Yeah, there we go. So you can see right there the percentage that's going up. I would estimate 2 years. We should probably have land and be paying that off within 2 years. 2023, I would estimate. But that, of course, depends on circumstances and what we define as most important as we move forward. There are a lot of things that I think we need to invest in that will cost us quite a bit of money, but will make us a lot more and allow us to do a whole lot more as a micronation very, very soon. So that may cut back some of our budget. It may kind of put us back at square one, but I think it'll allow us to accelerate quicker and to do much, much more for many, many people. So we're investing in ourselves right now. But yes, hopefully within 2 years we will be putting a down payment on some land and actually starting to develop our economy there and invite people, citizens, to be residents of Aeternia. White One says, my GF went on a 6th grade camping tip. Frogs the Sauce says, well, orangutanism is mostly about just being super cool, chill as hell. Yeah, exactly. And I would love to see that. I would love to see orangutanism people be chill, cool as hell, and develop their own look and their own style in Aeternia. I think that's awesome. I would love to see orangutanism further than Aeternia. It sounds cool. Frogs the Sauce, Gringle says, monkey with the hands ooh. Frogs the Sauce says orangutanism has no past of violence, so that's also a plus. I'm hoping it has no future of violence either. Absolutely. I hope you don't. It's good that you want to be a peaceful religion. Reptile Keeper says, well, good news, why Redwood should be here by the end of the week. Congratulations. I am excited to hear about that, and I hope that you enjoy the Redwood med. It helps to create some oxygen for us all. The Empire of Aeternia says, last Saturday started the rainfall that lasted for 4 days. That's incredible. How did your nation deal with that? Did you have any flooding that happened? Reptile Keeper says, well, good news, White One says, tomorrow starts 5 to 6 more days of rain in Ohio. Goodness, that's crazy. Good luck to Ohio.
Can I give Alexis your number? She's going to be back.
Yeah, absolutely.
She can hardly see anything in her car, so I think her wipers are messed up.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go to the liquor store and pick up what she wants, and she will give me cash when she gets here. And I was going to give her your number in case she got lost in the building, so hear anything with the door, you can hear it.
That sounds good, yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to check before I get it out.
No problem, so like I said, guys, I'm going to still be hanging out here for a little bit longer, but not too long. I will be jumping off so that we can have our house guests come by.
She just got off 565, so she will be getting the light before she left on her. I'll probably pass her on that road.
So what you think, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want anything? You already had those in there.
Yeah, I think that should.
I know you're not gonna drink with us. It's cool. It's fine.
I love you, Key.
I love you too. Can I take your card?
Yeah. Do you have
my
my keys?
windshield wipers are gone.
No, you're good. My dad just put right next to mine. You good?
You know where they are?
They should be in the room, I believe.
I didn't see them up there, but I'll check because I didn't look too hard.
Okay, thank you, Hugh.
I just figured it might be fine.
Ooh, Frogs the Sauce said, yo, you guys know how Christianity has amen? Should orangutanism has a phrase like that? I agree.
Love you.
I love you. Bye.
Bye. Make sure you watch the door.
I sure will. White Wind says, it should be blessed the orangutan. FLD says, Republic of Malasia is getting scared. What's that? Of course. You sure can. FLD says, Republic of Malasia is getting scared of our epic gamer vibes. If you guys don't know that, that is Nathan. That is the press noble for the House of Others. And he is absolutely helping to show off the hype of Aeternia in his own way. I will say, the cool thing about what we're doing right now, our social blade stuff is like really climbing. Our YouTube really climbing. Right now, we are getting to a point where we're like starting to pass up like larger nations in terms of like some of their stats. So I don't want to talk too much, but there's some exciting stuff coming. I'm really hyped. White Wind says, hat. Frogs and Sauce says, I should write an orangutan Bible that's just the words ooh, ooh, ah, ah multiple times and other ape noises. I would appreciate it, and then you just read it. Like, you just read it out. And everybody, like, nods their head as if they, like, completely understand what you're saying. Alexander Chapanov says, why did I get banned? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that you got banned. Did you read the like description? If you got banned, they'll generally tell you a description. And honestly, if you hit me up and we like talk about it, I'll probably let you back in on the thing. I'm not trying to like destroy anybody's career out here. If you did get banned, like see what the thing said. There should be like a reason that it gives for the ban. When the ban comes up, it'll be like, this is the reasoning. So a lot of people I've been banning recently for like racism. If there's like, we have a list at the beginning of our intro to the Discord that has kind of a, not really a rules list, but just like, these are the things we don't want in the Discord, like welcome, but please make sure not to do this and this. And it's really just like a couple things. It's like, be nice to people, don't bully people, and like don't put like racist or like, a truly like offensive stuff. Outwardly like Nazi like imagery, stuff like that. Don't do things like that. And so we've been banning people for that in particular recently. A lot of like Nazi imagery, propaganda, potentially saying like the N-word, stuff like that. Really we don't allow. So if you've gotten banned, check out the reasoning. Hit me up and be like, hey, sorry about whatever. This is the thing. I won't do it. I understand, and I'll let you back in. But especially people who like spam as well. That'll be another thing. FLD says, I'm thinking about making a comedy sketches for YouTube Shorts for Aeternia. Chat, is a good idea or bad? I think it's a good idea. I would love that. Green Gringle says, will there ever be an English translation? Whitewind says, my GF finally has service. Congratulations, Whitewind. All the way. Your love extended all the way to the farthest reaches of the internet and back. We appreciate that. Green Gringle says, long live our holy orangutan god. Hey, Gringle's in it. Gringle's already adopted the whole religion. Frogs and Sauce says, what's happening in the Republic of Molossia? I am not sure. I am not actually sure. I know they're chilling right now, I think, honestly. They posted stuff not too long ago. Mightwin says, I can translate almost any German. That's really cool. I would actually love for you to, like, be able to translate German nations for us. Like, if we could find people in Europe, nations who like spoke German, and you could hit them up and like translate meetings for that, that'd be really cool. Ringo says, long live our holy orangutan god. Yeah, absolutely. Frogs and Sauce says, what's happening in the Republic of Molossia? Frogs and Sauce said, oh, BTW, Jet calls me Godzilla, so if you haven't heard of me before, that one stream and you remember me as Godzilla, then awesome. Oh, hey, absolutely. Thank you, Godzilla. I appreciate you, and I'm glad that you're in the stream. If you are Godzilla, that means a lot. And I'm glad you came from Jet's stream and like hung out. A lot of the time, Jet and I will do collaborations, and every once in a while we'll get somebody from one of Jet's streams who just likes both of the content. So that means a lot. As well, if you're interested in becoming a citizen, I would love that, and I'd love to be able to help you do that. As well, because you may not be somebody was naturally versed in micronationalism or knows much about it. If you're just watching the content because you jumped on here from Jet's stuff and are excited about it, hey, talk to me about it. Ask me questions. We will definitely fill you in because there's a lot that happens and a lot that goes on. It's a whole lifestyle. It's cool. Kingdom of Sanctimonious says, excellent ability. I can translate almost any Swedish. Hey! Okay, so we're starting to find a whole bunch of people in chat who can, like, just really connect us to Europe now. Like, if we could find European nations who want to do some translation as well, having subs here. Sub as well. If you end up subscribing to us and you end up hanging out with us in the future, I would very much like to hear from you as far as if you could reach out to other French micronations and yourself. We would like to work together. So if you could do some translating for us to other French nations, if Whitewind could translate some German for us, and if Sanctimonia could translate Swedish, we would have a wonderful time reaching through Europe and trying to connect with other micronations there. Frogs to Sauce says, orangutism is spreading so quickly, my goodness. Exactly! And you would have a great audience for orangutangism in Aeternia, I promise you. Y'all should for real become Aeternians. It would be cool. We would pop off with it. Frogs to Sauce said, that's cool, but I can speak English super well. And English, most well-used language on the planet. Most widely used language on the planet. So yeah, English, definitely a big one. But as well, French, big one. Swedish, big one. You know what I mean? Y'all, German, big one. Y'all are gonna kill me. This is awesome. We can learn so much about so many more nations. And I want to have more nations from around the world on our micronational map. We have a ton in the US. We have a ton in other English-speaking countries. We don't have a ton in Europe and in Asia. We have a few in Asia. We don't have a ton in Europe. We don't have a ton in, South America, Africa. So I want to be able to grow our presence and to connect with other micronations who may not speak English or may not, be a part of the direct culture there. Sub said, we thank you. I'm not sure what the last thing is. Potentially like talking about translation or talking about interest, that they would be interested. Frogs to Sauce said, I do kind of want to join your country. That's fantastic. Thank you very much. If you would be interested in doing that, creating content for us, you could actually go to our website here. Like I said, eternianempire.wixsite.com/Imperial Market. You can click on citizenship, /Imperial Market, /citizenship if you want to type it in. And there's this citizenship tab where it says, do you want to become a citizen of the Empire of Aeternia? Play your part in changing the world by filling out our citizen application now. You click on this button that says the Empire needs you, and it brings you up to, bam, our citizenship application. Just asks you a few questions about your age, your interests, what, brings you to wanting to join Aeternia. The biggest things to keep in mind are right here. These are important things for you to know so that we don't have to, so that you can get your mind right for when we start preparing for your full citizenship, for that acceptance, for that moving forward with the process. Because what we do is we ask you to fill out the citizenship application and start thinking about whether you want to contribute your tax, whether you want to contribute your citizenship requirements as a tax, a $1 a month tax on the Patreon, which you can do, and then that gives you all access to citizenship without any need to do any work at all. But we like to have our Aeternians have jobs and have positions working and helping develop Aeternia. And if that's your interest, you can also help us to make content, and that can pay your way as well in your citizenship requirements. So doing that stuff generally helps to fast track you into what your interests are. Aeternia really wants to be something that helps individuals to find their own goals and dreams and desires and to reach those together. So the hope that we have here is that the questions that we ask will allow you to be thinking about that, and we'll be preparing for that. But so the biggest thing to keep in mind like that is that monthly tax of $1 on our Patreon, or to contribute voluntary service to the Empire. In order to make sure no conflicts arise, this is the second thing, you cannot be the citizen or representative of any other micronation. So you can't be a part of a government of another micronation, you can't be a citizen, you have to separate yourself from other micronations. Now that doesn't mean you can't talk to other micronations, it just means that you can't be directly connected. There's no dual micronational citizenship when it comes to the Empire of Aeternia. Now you can have your primary macronation that you live in as a citizenship, an Aeternian citizenship, but there are no dual micronational citizenships in Aeternia as of right now. And that's something that we're pretty firm on, just so that we can make sure that people are interested in developing Aeternia and moving forward with that. But I'm so glad. Froxasauce says, maybe I can make a virtual church over there. Yeah, that would be very cool. I would love to see that, and I'd love to have that developed. Green Goal says, Froxasauce, if you're on the Discord, hit me up. If I actually start making content, I could do a thing on your religion. Hey, there we go. Yeah, this would be fantastic. Green Goal could make content about Froxasauce religion and like interview him. This could be a whole thing. This is really cool. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me go answer the door. Actually, guys, I think I'm going to jump off, but I will